Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. What do you think this is? It's a powder. It's kind of free, clean, and fresh smelling, and it has kind of a seaweed smell to it. This is not a very processed one. You can get this in all kinds of forms. This is Irish moss powder, and it's actually a seaweed that grows in cold water along both coastlines of the United States, Canada, Europe, Iceland, uh, all kinds of different places. And it's a dark brown colored seaweed, and it's has a lot of health benefits. It's actually full of lots of antioxidants and slows the aging process and prevents DNA damage. It repairs DNA damage. Full of lots of vitamins, A vitamins, beta carotene, B's for vitality and health, vitamin D for bone density, preventing osteoporosis, vitamin E for sexual health, vitamin K for preventing excessive clotting, so we prevent heart attacks. It's great for the skin, for eczema, psoriasis. It's also used in lotions and creams a lot. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps all the mucous membranes of the mucosa of the mouth, the intestines, all the organs of the body, the eyes. It helps in general with all the mucosa of the lungs especially. It's an anti-inflammatory and helps with swelling, pain, and redness. It can also help, especially with the pain, a little bit. It helps with joint problems, arthritis, if you have shoulder problems or hip problems or, you know, ankle problems, then a little bit of Irish moss can do a little bit of good. There's no doubt about it. It's been used for thousands of years for sinus infections and pneumonia because it soothes those mucous membranes. It's also has a lot of calcium in it for strong bones, which is very important. Yeah, it goes along with that osteoporosis thing again. It has potassium in it, which is great for cardiovascular health and for water regulation. And also it's antibacterial, antiviral slightly. It contains pectin, which is also a great thing for helping with weight loss. The beta carotene, selenium for helping with enzymes, zinc for preventing infections and boosting up our immune system, iron for anemia, magnesium and manganese for allowing our production of our enzymes, lots of iodine. Helps to prevent goiter. I see a lot of cases of goiter now, and it's all because people are not getting enough iodine. It's a problem, and it's really simple to take care of because if we get enough iodine through seaweed or iodized salt, that type of thing, we need to have a little more iodine in our diet. And it also supports the thyroid in general, and it also helps to prevent, if we have problems with the radiation going on, like we have with Fukushima and things like that, iodine is good for that. Also, it has sulfur in it, which is also helps with atherosclerosis and detoxing of the cells, and helps with allergic reactions, and helps the body, especially the beta cells of the pancreas, to produce more insulin. It, like I said, soothes the mucous membranes of the body in general, especially the GI tract and the respiratory tract. It helps with weight loss because it has pectin in it, and it gives us a real full feeling, and it's very low in calories, so it's really great for that. It's a good thickening agent. It's used in just about everything nowadays, from soup, stews, so you can use it in salad dressings, ice cream sauces, general cooking, shakes, smoothies, desserts, pudding, It's used in cosmetics, for shampoos, skin gels, skin creams, and lotions, like I said before. It contains carrageenan. But carrageenan's a whole different animal. I don't get along with carrageenan, but I get along with Irish moss. So a lot of times I go down to the ocean and pick up my own Irish moss, and it really works great. And I buy it online in a dried form. Once in a while I'll use like a quarter of a teaspoon of this to just stick up a stew or a shake or something like that. But it's not the same thing. The carrageenan is so concentrated. It's kind of like gluten. You know what I mean? We used to be able to handle gluten no problem from wheat, and now we have 300 times more gluten. Not good. And we're not handling gluten at all. The carrageenan, a very, very tiny amount of carrageenan, which is in Irish moss, most people don't have a problem with. If you do, then don't use it. I get along fine with Irish moss, and I don't get along at all with carrageenan. So I can't even drink some of the, almond milks and cashew milks and things that have carrageenan in it. Not good for me. So anything that we concentrate too much is not good for the body. That's all there is to it. In Scotland, they've been using Irish moss for thousands of years, and with no health problems. And they make it into a sweet jelly-like substance, kind of like tapioca. And I'm a lover of tapioca. We grow tapioca root here. In Venezuela, they boil it with milk and with honey, and they use it for breathing problems and for sore throats, which is pretty amazing. In Jamaica, it's make it into a kind of a sweet milk with cinnamon and vanilla, and it's a drink they drink quite often. And you can even buy Irish moss in cans in Jamaica as a peanut drink and a vanilla drink. So you can see that they really like it, and have been consuming it for a long, long time. So in its natural form, it is good. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, in Scotland and Ireland and different places, they've been using it for a long, long time. You can buy it you can go out and collect it as seaweed. You can get it as a dried form online and at health food stores. You can get it as a brown powder, a white powder, all kinds of different things. And I use it in cooking quite often. So here's another wonderful seaweed, and I've been talking about seaweed quite often, and I think it's very important that we see seaweed as something good. Also, Irish moss has protein in it, which is important, especially for vegans, and it's a great thickening agent for vegans and vegetarians too. And remember that not everybody gets along with everything. Just like antidepressants, some people don't work for them. Antibiotics, some of them don't work for them. And the same thing with herbs and foods too. So try some Irish moss. Go down and pick some of your own. There's a lot of recipes for Irish moss out there. Don't be afraid. There's so many people causing fear out there about this and that, and I really think that everybody needs to try things on their own and see how they work. Remember that it's just been shown that more than 50% of all the research out there is bogus. It's not all false information. That was from the head of one of the major health journals out there. And he said that he feels badly about this, but a lot of the research is not good. So, I believe like the Yellow Emperor of China, he just went out and did his own research and worked with different plants and found out how they worked. That's really how herbalists work. And actually use the medicinal plants and herbs and mushrooms and different things to make changes in a person's body. That's really the best way. Don't listen to anybody, really. Listen to your inner knowledge from inside and make changes accordingly. If it doesn't feel good, don't use it. If it does feel good, great, use it. It's the only way to go. I love you.